By the way, one of the things that's already come up is I think two of the largest departments in the country have failed audits for like 3 to 5 of the past years.
Yeah.
If a single company on our public markets fails an audit or has to change auditors, as we recently saw with Supermicro, you get taken to the goddamn woodshed.
How about that? Down 90%.
Yes, it's considered a faux pas of the worst kind. Like it is, and I've already seen interviews where someone's asking these department heads about these failed audits, and they're like saying it's okay. And so that should not be okay. Like the dollars are massive. These people work for the citizens of the country, and if they have an audit requirement, they should be meeting it. And you know I'm shocked to find out that's true.
Well, one thing I wanted to do, I ran a quick exercise because I wanted to just see. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, it's unachievable. You can't get the budget to balance in 4 years." This is, and which I totally disagree with. So, if you look at the federal revenues, they're about $5.2 trillion or just over $5 trillion expected this year. Government spending $7 trillion. So we basically have a $2 trillion deficit. That spending's up dramatically, by the way, from the $4.5 trillion that we spent in 2019. So in COVID, we just lost our mind and we've never regained our mind. So I just said, what's possible here? Like what would not even require draconian changes? If you just grow revenues from here at 3 to 4% over the course of the next 4 years, Bill, and you cut costs in the first year by 5%, second year by 5%, third year by 2%. So all that does is get you back to trend line from 2019. As though we increased spending 3% a year from 2019, the budget balances. It's tiny. These are tiny changes in costs. And I shared that with Vivek and Elon, and they both had separate and independent reactions, which is not nearly ambitious enough, right? And here, there's no reason in my mind that we can't do more. But what's encouraging to me and exciting to me, and I think will be well received by the bond market, is showing a 4-year plan just to get us to balance, right? Just like a company does. Show me the long-term boundary conditions. Tell me where you're trying to go. And then let's use the power of the bully pulpit, the power of empowerment to get people in line.
Agree. It'll be interesting to watch. And once again, I would encourage people to watch. I'd say watch just because I think Milei is such a fascinating human. And I'd watch it on YouTube just so you can see his facial expressions, although it's dubbed because they actually did the interview in Spanish. But he's a very unique individual. Like he was in a rock band. He obviously has studied the history of economics like no other.
A disciple of Milton Friedman.
Which comes out in this thing. And, if like I said, if what he said is true about what's been accomplished, it may be the fastest impact a president of a country has ever had on the trajectory of that country. And so anyway, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm in the optimistic camp. It's about time. There's zero doubt in my mind that making the government more efficient in our country would be very positive for everyone that lives here.